me? I need to confirm if you can hear me. Can you all hear me? Please confirm if you can hear me. Yeah, glad to be here. I see. Yes, good evening. Good evening. So can you all hear me? Woo! Welcome to all our brand new billionaires in the house. You can hear me? Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Okay, all right. So we'll start right away. Now the Premium Club members are on Zoom, while the General Club members are on YouTube. Premium Club members are on Zoom, while the General Club members are on YouTube. So we'll start with the opening prayer, and I will have a member of the Premium Club say the opening prayer. Can we have billionaire? Where is? Pardon me. Okay, yeah. Can we have? Okay, let's have billionaire Monique say the opening prayer for us, please. Billionaire Monique, kindly say the opening prayer for us. Okay. Amen. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Amen. Amen and amen. All right. Thank you. Yes. You're welcome once again. To be honest, I'm not liking the camera quality today. So I've asked our IT guy to quickly get the second camera. But then the show must go on. The show must go on while, that camera comes, and then we're able to now link up to that. First, I want you to introduce yourself. I understand that there are many new people who have just joined us this month. So I'd like you to introduce yourself. So please tell me your name and the state that you're joining us from. So go ahead, put it in the chat box. I want to get to know you. I wish I could get to know you all personally, but just put it in the chat box, your name and the state that you're joining us from. So go ahead. I want to see it. I'm looking out for it right here. So your name and the state that you're joining us from. Your name and the state that you're joining us from. Let's get to know you. Live chat, please. Okay, your name and the state. Okay, I see you. Good luck. Asogba Joy Olubumi from Maiduguri. Fantastic. Ebenezer, Ogun State. Anthony from Lagos. Adesheye from Oyo State. Billionaire Pearl from Abuja. So usually we call each other billionaire this, billionaire that. That's how we refer to each other. So Billionaire Ojo from... wow, it's going on so fast. Billionaire Good Luck, Ogun State. Bethel, Zion. Mrs. Noahs from Lagos. Ifeoluwa from Ogun State. Temilade from Ibadan, Delta State. Port Harcourt. Jude from Lagos. Bukola from Lagos. Adesheye from Oyo State. Timothy from Ebonyi. Itodo from Enugu State. Elijah from Jos. It's going on so fast. And this is very interesting. Reverend Philip Abolaji, I see you. Adekoyejo from Lagos. King from Ibom. Osun State. Benson from Lagos. Benedicta. Where are the people that are from, outside Nigeria? From outside Nigeria. Let's see. Yes, I see you now. Olayemi from Nairobi, Kenya. Billionaire Alexandra from Lagos. Billionaire Christian from Ghana. Success from Rivers, Benjamin from Kogi, Billionaire Shola from Lagos, Treasures from the Redemption City, yes, so Gideon from Ghana, Botu from Delta State, Joshua from Oyo State, Ofada from Ogun State, Abia State, Shola from Lagos, yes, Samson from Ibadan. I wish I could get to know every single one of you. Honestly, I wish I could get to know every single one of you. But don't worry, we're going to know each other, when you join the premium club. I believe that many of us are going to join the premium club immediately after this session. So don't worry, we'll get to meet and know each other way better. Tina Gomez from Ghana State, Rose from Ghana State, stays in Takoradi, okay? Modukwe from Ibadan, Billionaire Ile Somi, Billionaire Priscilla from Ghana, Bolu Atife from Osun State, Bada from Kwara State, Elom from Ghana. I like that, Elom. Yes, wave your flag, man. Billionaire Divine from Lagos, Ikechukwu from Rivers, Lydia from Delta State. Wow. You're all very welcome, absolutely welcome. Okay, now let me introduce myself to you. Of course, I'm sure that you already know. My name is Femi Adisa, head coach of the Biblical Billionaire Club. So, because of the new ones especially, I need to tell you how the Biblical Billionaire Club actually started. I just finished NYSC. I was just about to finish NYSC. That was 2010. In year 2010, I was about to finish NYSC. And when as I was almost finishing, I started to fast and pray. So I was praying. I see all those flags. The Ghanaians are really waving their flags. That's good. Fantastic. Okay, so so I started to fast and pray, and I was fasting majorly. I had three major prayer points. Number one prayer point was, Lord, I want to move from alawi to salary. So for those who are not Nigerians, your alawi is slang for allowance. So that's what you get paid as a youth corper. So I wanted to move from alawi, that's allowance, to salary. You get. So that was the first prayer point. The second prayer point was, Lord, I want the salary to be at least 800,000 naira a month. At least 800K a month. Now, in those days, only oil companies could pay that much. And in actual fact, I had it all sorted because my dad had some friends in the oil companies. So it was already settled. Once I come out, I drop my CV and application letter and all that. The job was waiting for me in the oil companies. The third prayer point was, that's none of your business. The third prayer point is none of your business. So I had those three prayer points, and I was fasting and praying every single week, going to the church opposite family house to pray. At last, on this particular day, I can't remember which of those days in the course of the fasting and prayer, on one of those days, at last God spoke. And when he spoke to me, he said, your first prayer point answered. That's alawi to salary, answered. The second prayer point, he said, you are going to the Redemption City. Now, on the Redemption City is owned by the Redeemed Christian Church of God, and the church depends on donation. The church is not a business, depends on donation. Even at that time, my prayer point of 800K, even banks were not paying that amount. So not to talk of a church, which depends on donations. You understand? So I started to think, where on the Redemption City will I be able to command, to earn 800,000 naira a month? So I decided to reduce my expectation from 800K to 350K. And then I now thought, there's this particular organization on the Redemption Camp where right there, the people that are there, I believe they would be able to pay me 350K, but then I will have to be like at the top of the organization in order to earn that amount. So I decided to put together some great ideas and all that. Put it all together, went to the cyber cafe to send an email to the head, the decision maker in that organization, in order for that person to, get me employed as the head of that organization. I don't know, I was about to throw somebody off their own seat. So I did that. I went to the cyber cafe, sent the email. I practically saw the email go. I clicked send, practically saw it go. Came back from NYSC, and I saw that person, and I said, man, I sent you an email. I never got a response. And she said, I didn't see your email. So I went back. In those days, it was cyber cafes, So I went back to the cyber cafe and went to check my inbox. I checked my outbox. I didn't see the mail there. I checked my sent folders. I didn't see the mail there. I checked my draft, maybe just in case I typed it in and I did not send it. I didn't see the mail there. Somehow, some way, the email disappeared on the way. Now, it so happened that I think around the time that I was praying, pay attention to this. Around the time that I was praying, there was an interview going on the redemption camp for a job. The head of that interview panel asked someone else and said, how about this boy that attended Redeemers University? And the person said, oh, he's doing his NYSC and he won't be through until January. So, they dropped it there. Now, I came back from NYSC. I saw this head of the panel, and the person asked me and said, oh, I learned you're doing your NYSC. I said, no, I'm through with NYSC. Okay, where are you going to work now? I said, oil company. My oil company job was still on my head. So I said, oil company. And the person said, okay, can you do this job for just 3 months? And then after 3 months, you can go for your oil company job. Apparently, it was the Holy Spirit that had ministered to that person from the onset that that's the guy that should be there. And when the person saw me, he said, can you do this for just 3 months? After 3 months, then you can go for your oil company job. I said, absolutely, I'll do it. So I started to I took the job and I started on it. And, things were going good. And I told God, I had an agreement with God. Father, I will do this for 3 months so that after that, I would have done your own. Then you will be owing me my oil company job. It's that once I do your own, I've done yours, then now it's now left for you to pay me back with the oil company job. When 3 months was over, now I was on the Redemption City. Redemption is a very safe place. You can walk around in the middle of the night. So I was doing prayer walks around and telling God, Lord, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to move on. And God answered me and he said, you are not going anywhere. You are staying right here. Now that was a very tough one. It was very tough because I believe I'm very intelligent. I came out with a second-class upper. And now I was to be working in the church. I never planned that. And the salary. Guess how much the salary was? Okay? I told you the salary was supposed to be, my expectation, my prayer point was 800,000 naira. I reduced that expectation to 350,000 naira. Now I want you to guess how much the salary was that God was telling me to stay in the job. Guess. Go ahead, guess in the chat box. If you've heard this story before and you're not guessing, don't guess. Don't spoil the fun. Okay? So guess how much the salary was. All right? Let me see. 150K. Okay. All right. Billionaire Julius. Okay. Guesses. Let the guesses come in. 75K. Okay. 80 to 100K. 70K. 50K. 30K. 50K. 50K. 30K. 50K. 100K. 500K. You really like me, Emike. Oh, that's Emike Osuma. It's good to see you here. 75K, 150K, 80,000, 100K, 50K, 80K, 50K, 40K, 60K, 80K, 15,000 naira. Success. You don't like me. Kelvin, 43K. Ike, 10K. Gideon, 1K. Jesus Christ. Some people don't like me at all. All right, so 800K. Reduce my expectation to 350K. In actual fact, the salary was 30,000 naira. 30,000 naira. And, this was very hard for me. Just let me know when you want to switch. So audio can keep going and then once you're set. So, yeah. So apologies, because I don't like the camera quality. We've gotten the second camera over, and we're going to switch. When it's time, I'll let you know. The audio will keep going, but for maybe just a split second, you may not see me. Are you switching now? No, you have to set that one up first now. Put that one on, put it on, get it ready, then you switch. Yeah? Okay, all right. Is it okay if we switch now? Is it okay if we switch now? So you keep hearing the audio, so we're still together. All right, so now my salary was 30,000 naira a month. And that's what God was telling me to stick with. I see your reactions. Jesus. What? Jesus Christ. Chai. Heartbreak. So God was asking me to stick with the 30,000 naira a month. Let's make it very fast, please. God was asking me to stick with the 30,000 naira a month salary. Now, that was very, very tough for me. And honestly, I did not obey that instruction because I love God. That's the honest truth. I didn't obey because I love God. I obeyed because I fear God. I fear Him. I mean, if I decide to disobey, the consequences can be very tough. So that's actually why I disobeyed, why I obeyed. But now, there was a problem. The major problem that I had was not even just the job itself. The major problem I had was my dad. My father, who had already arranged for my oil company job, was left hanging. I had told him that, I kept, how would I put it? I kept posting him. I kept giving him excuses every time he calls me. But now his friends were agitating and saying the opening was going to go. I mean, I needed to send my CV and send the application letter. If not, we should just forget about it. So he was now putting a lot of pressure on me. And I was trying to escape. I was doing everything I could, just to escape the whole thing. At last, one day, he called me, and on the phone, he gave it to me. As in, he lashed at me. He gave it to me big time. I know that nowadays, the Gen Zs will say, your mental health and all that. Our generation, we don't understand that mental health. Our parents don't even know what it means. So he really gave it to me big time. And of course, I couldn't respond. I couldn't respond because you dare not. He can slap you through the phone. So I couldn't respond. And even if I wanted to respond, my response wouldn't make any sense. That I was sticking with a job that was paying me 30,000 a month when I could very easily get other opportunities outside that job. In fact, my dad, retired from the bank. He was working in the bank. He didn't even want me to work in the bank. So like the worst I could have done was to work in the bank, but he didn't even want that. And then now I was saying 30,000 a month. So it was a very terrible one. So the moment he caught the call, he caught the call, I now also turned to God. And I also lashed out at God. And I said, God, so how will I be rich? Because one of the things that my dad said was that I'm his first son, and so many things are relying on me, and what have you. So I also lashed out at God. I said, so how will I be rich? And then God responded to me. He responded, and he told me, he said, I will teach you how to be rich. So from that day henceforth, I like the way the lady, where's my book? Is my book here? I like the way the lady who edited my book, How to Get Rich, Stay Rich, and Get Richer. Once video is restored, I will show you a copy of the book. Once video is restored. So the book, How to Get Rich, Stay Rich, and Get Richer, she put it as, I entered into the master class of God's wealth creation, something like that. So from that point onward, God started to teach me how to make wealth. He taught me a lot of things. And with my 30,000 naira salary, within 2 years, really 3 years, but less than 3 years, 2 years plus, I had become a millionaire. That's by 2012, I had entered into millionaire status. In fact, I did not even know when I entered into millionaire status. I just had to check. And when I checked, I realized, I'm already a millionaire. Now, yes, the screen is blank because we're switching cameras, okay? Can we get video up now? Okay. All right. Screen is blank because we're switching cameras just a little bit. So, like I was saying, he taught me how to become wealthy, and within 3 years, I'd become a millionaire. The moment I became a millionaire, I realized that this wealth is available for all Christians. That's I realized that as a Christian, you should not be poor, because our God. So I think video is restored on Zoom. I don't think it's restored on YouTube. All right. So okay, good. So video is back now. Now, I realized that every Christian should. In fact, I started to cringe whenever I saw a Christian that was not rich, because the God that you serve understands business. The God that you serve can help you to become wealthy. You should not be poor. It was like an alarm in my head. And so every time I saw someone, a Christian that was not doing so well, I started to teach them certain things. And then I would teach them, and then their lives would change. There was a particular guy that I thought, I went for his naming ceremony. He was staying somewhere inside Mowe. Inside. When I got there, I was like, why are you staying here? Why did you bring your family here? And he said, oh, it's the money for rent and what have you. And I was like, okay, let me see what you have. And then I laid it out on the table. I'm like, you have enough to make your life better, to improve your finances. So I just told him, I organized things for him. I told him what to do and what have you. And in a few months, maybe 3-4 months thereabout, he moved his family out of that place, and then they moved to a better place, rented a place in a better place, called me to come and, pray on the place, and I was very excited. About a year or two later, I saw him driving his own car. I was excited. Honestly, the excitement in me, the day I actually saw him driving a car. He never came to meet me. For the house, he thanked me and all that. For the car, I just saw him. He never came to meet me to say, thank you and what have you. But the excitement, honestly, beyond even him being grateful or whatever, the excitement was great. Another guy I thought, several things, coach, one day sent me a picture and said, this is my house. I've just moved into my house. Thank you very much for all the coaching. I was excited. Now, those are not the only two people I taught, but those are the two standout stories. I also taught many other people all this while. But unfortunately, many of them, they learned it, they liked the idea, but they didn't practice. So on one of those days, I was, will I say frustrated? Maybe not frustrated, but I felt like, why you're not doing the things that I say you're supposed to do? It was hurting me. And so I said, okay, maybe because you didn't pay for the coaching, maybe because it's not an organized structure, or it's just Femi, or maybe Pastor Femi, and he's just advising me and what have you. So that was when I decided to start the Biblical Billionaire Club. I decided to start the club. I had even told my team, I'd put my team together for the Biblical Billionaire Club, but I was still dragging. But on a particular day, now, remember, God taught me everything I know about business. Now, on a particular day, on a particular period, echo. It's echoing. I think that has come from 2 people. All right. So, in any case, there was a particular period I was supposed to, get a contract. And usually, I would ask God, how am I going to get a contract? What does He want me to do? And what have you? So I asked Him that night, expecting that, as usual, I would have a dream in the middle of the night. I would know exactly what to do by morning. But that night, I didn't dream about the contract. All I saw was the Biblical Billionaire Club. I saw the future of the club and what have you. So I woke up, and the first thing I did that morning was I called my team members. I said, we have to start the club today. So on that very same day, we started the Biblical Billionaire Club. That was in 2021. When we were getting into 2022, so really, I could say that I started the Biblical Billionaire Club out of that frustration. I didn't realize that it was the plan of God all the while. It was that dream that made me actually now realize that it was the plan of God, all the while. And when He was teaching me how to become wealthy, I thought He was just teaching me for myself. I thought He was teaching me so that I can, drive my Rolls Royce, have my private jet, live in a penthouse in Vegas and what have you. I didn't know that the real reason He was teaching me was so that I can also teach other Christians. So we started the Biblical Billionaire Club 2021. when we're getting into 2022, he said we're to do a conference, the Biblical Billionaire Conference. I was reluctant because I'm very scared of the public eye. You know, when I was in university, not scared, careful of the public eye. When I was in the university, I had a bit of fame, and I saw how dangerous it was to be famous. So I would rather not be famous. But then, of course, I couldn't disobey him. So, no, I don't have my private jet yet. I'll have it very soon by God's grace. So, of course, I couldn't disobey him. So, you know, we did a Biblical Billionaire Conference. And I thought it was just going to be a one-time thing. Of course, we had the Biblical Billionaire Conference is tagged, spend 3 days with the top 1% of billionaires and business coaches in Nigeria. But practically the only billionaire I invited was my mentor, Dr. 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗜𝗢𝗦, and then we had other people also at the event. It was such a massive one. We only advertised in Lagos because I thought, people who are closest. But we had people come from Benue State, from Benin, from Ekiti State. We had a couple come from Maiduguri. They spent 2 days on the road coming for the Biblical Billionaire Conference. One major thing on my mind was, how did you even hear about the conference? How did you even know that this existed? And it was our first conference. How did you even know to trust us to do something that was valuable enough for you to take that risk? And then on Saturday evening of the conference, you know, after Dr. 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗜𝗢𝗦 session, when I got back to my hotel room, and I knelt down to just thank God, it came to me and I thought, is this what people would have missed just because I didn't want to do the conference? It was actually at that point that I started to take the Biblical Billionaire Club seriously. It was actually that October 2022, that I decided to take it seriously. And then we started to have the conference every year now. By God's special grace, we've had the conference for 3 years. The conference is going to hold again in October this year. This year is going to be way bigger and more massive than any other one that we've had. We're going to have 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗜𝗢𝗦 with us at the conference this year in October. We're going to have the richest woman in Africa, Chief Mrs. Folorunsho Alakija also, at the conference. There was even a meeting with her today. So we're going to have Chief Mrs. Alakija also with us. We're going to have, of course, our grand mentor, Dr. 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗜𝗢𝗦 also with us. We're also going to have Mrs. Tara Durotoye, the founder of House of Tara, and a lot more people. So the conference is always a fantastic one. And of course, we also make all our programs very inexpensive. So we have the conference, we have the strategy meeting. Now, the Biblical Billionaire Club is divided into 4 different sections. There's the general club, which everyone is a part of. Then we have the premium club. The premium club is the next higher level from the general club. The premium club members right now are with me on Zoom. So the premium club members, if only you could see them, they are right there on Zoom. Then we have the gold club, and then we have the diamond club. So far, by God's grace, we have already raised 3 billionaires. The 4th one is already on the way. And I pray by God's grace that what we are arranging, it won't be scattered. Everything is already going in place for the 4th billionaire already. But right now, we have 3 billionaires already raised in the Biblical Billionaire Club. And I want to believe that one of you is going to be the next one. So if you're going to be the next one, just put it in the chat box and say, I'm the next billionaire. Go ahead, put it in the chat box. I'm the next billionaire. I'm the next billionaire to be raised in the Biblical Billionaire Club. I'm the next billionaire. So go ahead, just put it in the chat box. Go ahead and put it in the chat box. Say, I'm the next billionaire. Let me see that. I'm the next billionaire. Okay? You want to be a billionaire before the end of this year? Actually, it's possible. All right. So, yeah. Yes, I'm the next billionaire. So by God's grace, we've raised 3 billionaires so far. Immediately after this call, or at the end of this webinar, I'm going to introduce to you how you can also, go higher from the general club and go higher, to some of those places where I can have the opportunity to coach you even more, so that you can also rise also in your wealth. Also, at the end of this call, we'll have maybe some premium club members also, just share their experience with you in the premium club so far. So you're welcome. You're very welcome to the Biblical Billionaire Club. You're very welcome to the Biblical Billionaire Club. Now, let's get right into the class for today. Storytelling. You know, many people don't believe or don't know the power of stories. Stories are powerful. Stories are powerful. Stories are so powerful that even Jesus Christ on earth, when he was living on earth, even Jesus Christ always used stories to pass his message on. Always used stories. He told so many stories, you could write books on his stories. My father in the Lord, Pastor 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗓 Adisa, one of the major reasons that he's, the biggest evangelical preacher in the world is because in the middle of his sermon, he tells many stories. And you see, what stories do is, number one, they help you to connect with people. People connect more with stories than with theory. They connect more with stories. If you listen to Dr. 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗓 speak, Dr. 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗓, my mentor, if you listen to him speak, you will see that most of the time he's sharing his story. And just by sharing his story, something burns in your heart. In fact, the first time I knew of him was when I was in secondary school. They used to invite him to come and speak in those days. And I was a very unserious guy in secondary school. Very unserious guy. So whenever they invite him to speak, I would be like, because his English was not good. I mean, he dropped out of school. He couldn't even finish primary school. So I thought, why are they bringing this man with his bad English to speak to us, students of the International School, University of Lagos? Why are they bringing him to, okay, because he's rich, because he has money, he has given the principal money. That was what I thought. So every time I would sit at the back of the hall and then, go to your room. I'll sit at the back of the hall and looking out for when my teachers were not looking so that I can escape, and go out. So on one of those days, I was sitting at the back of the hall and I just decided to even just listen to what this man has to say. While I'm scouting for how to live, let me just listen to him. And I heard a story about how he, at 17 years old, I believe, either 14 or 17, how he saw a building and said one day he will also own that building. He said it out loud in a public transport. He said the man beside him slapped him and said he should keep his mouth shut. And then he said today he owns not one but multiple buildings that are just like that. That story that I heard changed my life forever. That story that I heard made me start thinking that, because I was about the same age, and I was thinking, what am I thinking right now? Do I even have any ambition and all that? Now, if he was just telling me stories, if he was just telling me theory about being ambitious and all that, he wouldn't have connected to an unserious person like me at that time. But his stories connected with me. Now, stories are so powerful that it can not only help you connect with people, it can make people like you and get them to pay you. It can make them like you and get them to pay you. You see, because what you need in order to get people to move from potential and start buying from you. I think I sent you a message about Uber. Uber's valuation was just based on the story that they told. Just based on the story, immediately the value of Uber went, it was like 10x the value. Just based on the story that they told. Stories are very powerful. And I know that some of you have very good stories. You have powerful stories. Stories of your own life. See, when I shared my story at the beginning of this, and I'm going to break down my story. As I'm teaching you how you can also present your story such that it connects with people. I've met many people who have told me that, oh, I love your story. I love your story. I love your story. It's intentional the way I share it. I put it together. There are some things I left out of the story because if I put them in the story, it will not be interesting to you. So by the end of this webinar, you will be able to craft your own story and put it together and be able to present it in such a way that people can connect with you and even buy into whatever it is that you're selling. Not just your story as a person, but also the story of your business. And you can marry them together. You see how I married my story with the story of the Biblical Billionaire Club, married them together. All right? And then even to the vision of the Biblical Billionaire Club. You can marry these things together such that people just love your business, they love your brand, and they want to be associated with your brand. So honestly, just like I always am with the Premium Club members, I'm always like this. I'm an open book. I mean, I share everything with you. I don't hide anything. I'm as open can be. So today I will be sharing with you some of the things that I do that unconsciously many people have connected with. Now it's it's principle. It's not talent, even though talent can be a part of it, but it's not talent. It's not something that only a few people can do. No. It's something that everybody can do if they understand the principles. All right? If they understand the principles. What's happening? Okay, sound is perfect. Some people are saying the audio is breaking. Some people are saying the sound is perfect. All right. So I believe that the sound is perfect. Now, how did I really come about storytelling? Now, practically everything I teach in the Biblical Billionaire Club, I teach it from what God taught me. But you see, this one of stories, it was not... I already knew it before I became born again. Before I even, knew God, before I became born again. This one of stories. So, when I was in secondary school, I attended ISL, International School, University of Lagos. My background was very, very poor. In fact, because I was raised by a single mom. My mom raised all of us. We were 4 children staying in a single room. That's one room. That one room is not even as big as my sitting room right now. And then I was going to ISL, which was a school that many rich people were attending. Now, there was one problem with that. The major problem, there's something wrong? Okay. There was one problem with that. The major problem with that was that I couldn't get girls because I was not from a rich home. The only thing that I had going for me, because even my uniform, was usually old and what have you. So the only thing that I had going for me was, number one, I was a talented musician. I could sing. And then number 2, I could tell stories. That was it. So I had to learn how to craft stories. Many of those stories I told that time were lies, In fact, there was a particular story I crafted. There was an imaginary Yetunde that was my girlfriend in my former school. And this Yetunde, the story was very sweet and she died and what have you. And whenever I tell any girl that story, the girl was just endeared to me. And she would think about me the whole day. In fact, there was a particular girl, her name is Adetola. I told her that story one day. I wanted to hang out with her after school. And then she looked at me and said, Femi, you want to hang out with me? Like, you're not be your type, you understand? But then, well, she just at least allowed me. And then I started to share the story with her. By the time she was going home, her parents were coming to pick her, or the driver was coming to pick her. Me, I used to go by bus. By the time she was going home, I could see on her face that she had fallen in love. By the next day when she came to school, she was the one who came to meet me during break and said we should go together to buy stuff and what have you. So that's really, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it at all. Please don't tell my children. I don't want them to hear this. All right. So that's really how I came about this storytelling thing. It helped me to connect with people that ordinarily I could not connect with. Now, when I now started to do business, I started to leverage that same thing in it. And it was when I really now started to do business well, when, God started teaching me and what have you, that he now really started to show me, the power of stories. But good enough, I already understood some of those principles. So I'll teach some of those principles now, all right? Now, excuse me. So that was when it now really started to show me the power of stories. First thing, when you're telling stories, is that first impressions matter. First impressions matter. That's the way you look. And I'm not saying this as per the way the other person sees you, even though that's important. But very important is your confidence. Your confidence. Because your look, the way you're dressed, the way you look, will affect the way you feel about yourself. And when you're sharing your story, people can tell if you're lying. Excuse me. People can tell. People can pick it if you're lying, especially if you're not confident. I know that there are some excessively confident people. All right? I know that there are some excessively confident people that can lie without batting an eyelid. You get, but just at least generally, so the way you look actually matters. It has an impact on your confidence, and that will have an impact. I think there's an issue with Zoom. Please check Zoom. It has an impact on your confidence, and that will also have an impact, on how they see you. Now, that's first. You have to look good. You have to smell good. You have to look right. If you're going to connect with people, you have to look like someone that they want to connect with. Now, secondly, there are two major things that you need your story to do for you. I'm going to share a lot more about this in the Premium Club. I'm going to share, so, when you join the Premium Club, we'll talk a lot more about this, but at least I'll touch it now. Two major things that you need your story to do for you. Number one is you need to pass out warmth. They need to see warmth in you, because people's impression of you are formed by two things: warmth and competence. They are going to judge you by and this happens unconsciously. People will judge you by how warm you are. Can they talk to you? Are you easy to talk to? Or are you the kind of person that is just frowning his face and they can't, talk to? That's how they judge you, to see if they can connect with you by that. So they want to see how warm you are. They want to experience your warmth. They want to see if you're friendly. If you're the kind of person that they can have a friendly conversation with. And then number two, they also want to see if you're competent. If you're competent, if you can be relied on, if they can rely on you. So you see, these two things are the major things that you need to pass on in your sharing of your story. You see that in the course of sharing my story, I kept saying jokes here and there. I kept laughing here and there. These things are principles. They are on purpose. In the course of sharing your story, you want to show them that you can be related with, that they can be friends with you. You want to be smiling. You want to bring in a joke here, bring in a joke there. When I talked about, mental health, my dad can slap me through the phone. Of course, my dad can't slap me through the phone. You understand? But all those things are jokes to say, this person can be related with. This person is a fun person to be with. So in the course of sharing your story, you need to share these two things. You need to let them see that you are a warm person, that they can be friends with you. And then secondly, you need to let them see. Now, on competence, that's reliability, if they can rely on you. I may not be able to share all that here because, there are some practical things which I will share with you in the Premium Club when you join the Premium Club after now. So, warmth and competence, very, very important. So, some of those things include your stance, your tone, the clarity of your message. Those things, people will judge you by those things. They don't even know that they are doing it, but they are judging you unconsciously. Now, there are three major elements in any good story. I'm also a script writer. I'm a movie maker. I'm a filmmaker. So I'm also a script writer. When my movie, I've only done one movie, and everybody keeps telling me, when are you coming back to the industry? Now the Nollywood is now bigger and riper for me, because you see, that movie that I did and released in 2017, I didn't make the money back until maybe 2 years ago or so. That was when I broke even, and I'm a businessman. So that made me stay away from the industry. Like, if I'll be making more movies and not, I would rather invest my money in something else. But right now, Nollywood is way bigger, so I'm coming back by God's special grace. Now, I'm a very good story writer by God's grace. And if you watch my movie, 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗓, you see that the story captures you. At some point, you even forget that you're watching a movie because you're just into the story. I had people during the cinema run, I had people tell me that in the cinema, my friends who were in the cinema, they said people were at the tip of their chair, in the course of the story. That happened. If other people were even telling me, not talk of the ones where I was there. So these are the three major things when you're writing a story. Now, this is for movies and what have you. Three major things. Number one is that the hero must have a mission. There must be a mission, something that the hero is trying to achieve or to attain. Watch 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗓𝗓 on Prime Video. You can go and watch it on Prime Video to see my movie, So the hero must have a mission. Number two, the hero must have an obstacle or a setback. there must be a setback or an obstacle to achieving that mission. And then number 3, the hero must evolve into something. There must be a transformation of that hero. Now, let's go back to my story that I shared with you at the beginning of this webinar. I told you, number 1, my mission was get a job that will pay me 800,000 naira per month. Get that job immediately after NYSC. And, majorly what I was saying was I wanted to be rich. I wanted to be rich. That was my mission. Now, the obstacle was now I was stuck in a 30,000 naira per month job based on divine instruction. That was the obstacle. And I'm sure in your mind, you started to think, what is next? What's going to happen? And then I now evolved. I became a different person because I introduced that, God teaching me. And then that now made me a different person. Where today, by God's grace, properties, in different states of the world, of the nation, different investments here and there, and what have you. So the hero must have a mission. There must be an obstacle to that mission, and then lastly, he must evolve and become something else. Now, this is, as I'm saying this, I want you to start thinking about this in line with your own story. Okay? Audio is breaking. Why am I saying this audio is breaking, please? But why? It's not one person, several people. Okay, so the technical team said everything is fine. The technical team said everything is fine. Well, God help us. Okay, so as I'm saying this now, I want you to start thinking about it in line with your own story. In line with your own story. What was your mission from the beginning? What was the obstacle or setback? You need to put it in. And then, how did you evolve? How did it change you? What came in? Something must have come in that changed you and transformed you. Audio is good on YouTube. It is fine. Exit and rejoin. Everything is fine, sir. It is very fine. Aha. So thank you. It should be their network. All right. So good. Everything is fine. All right. So, what changed you? Now, this is what I need you to do in your story. I sent you a document yesterday or 2 days ago. I sent you a document for you to fill those things up. In the Premium Club, we're going to go deeper into that document. In fact, this month, in the Premium Club, so Premium Club members, are you listening to me? This month, I'm going to be, every single day every single lecture would be like a one-on-one, where I'm going to actually be taking you through crafting your story practically. In the Premium Club, we're going to be doing practicals throughout this month. Crafting your story, actually, you probably share what you have crafted with us, then I will now make some corrections here and there. Now note, your story does not have to be dramatic. And when I say your story, I need you to put at the back of your mind, I'm not only talking about your personal story, I'm talking about your business story too. What is the mission of your business? I told you about Uber. I'll share that Uber story with you in the Premium Club. I can't share it now because, of time. So I told you about Uber. One major thing that they changed, was their mission. Their mission. The guy that valued them, one Indian guy like that valued them, had already given them a value based on the service that they were providing. Then the founder came and said, no, that's not what Uber does. And then he changed what their mission is. And all of a sudden, their valuation went up more than 10x. So as I'm saying your story, note that I'm not only talking about you personally, I'm talking about you and your business. My call is not to your personal life. My call is to your business for you to, become a Christian billionaire and begin to influence policies for Christ. Anyway, I'll share a lot more about, for the newcomers, you probably don't know this, I'll share a lot more about it, in the Premium Club. So, as I'm saying your story, note that. So, what is your mission? What was your mission from the onset? What was the setback or obstacle that you had? And then how have you evolved from that point? You see, these three things, it will attract investors. It will attract customers. It will attract, fame and whatever, visibility. It will really, really help you if you can set these three things in place. That document I gave you, the things that you filled in that document, you are now to use these things I've just shared with you to fit them in. Now, your story does not have to be very dramatic, all right? Every good story has only 3 acts. Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. if your story is getting to Act 4, it will become boring. I could have added many things to my story that I told you now, but I didn't add them. I could have added the fact that I have, 2 sets of twins, and when I had 2 sets of twins, I could have been in financial trouble if God had not taught me all those things, but I would have bored you at some point. So I just stopped at the point of the transformation rather than go to Act 4, because in life, acts plenty. You understand? So, but all you need is 3 acts. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. That's it. Act 1 can be where you're coming from, and in that you put your mission there. Then where you're going, that's the vision. And then lastly, the values that you have. That's what we want to know. So these 3 things, major things. Now, let's move on. Let's move on. When you're sharing your story, you need to understand your audience. What's the purpose? Why are these people listening to this story? There are stories, there are ways, it's the same story, but there are ways in which you will share the story to an investor, that the investor will be interested. And there are other ways in which you share it to a customer, a potential customer, and they will be interested. And there are other ways in which you will share it in a business presentation. You're doing a presentation in your office, you're doing a business presentation, for whatever reason. You need to be able to craft your story based on the purpose for that story. Based on the purpose for that story. Very, very important. Like I said, well, don't worry. Let me not say this so it doesn't seem like I'm so. But based on the purpose of the story, you need to be able to craft it. Now, another thing that you must also do in the course of your story, I'm jumping some points because of time, But if you're writing down, just make sure that you're organized in writing down. Now, the next thing that you must do is, in the middle of your story, you have to build suspense here and there. You have to build suspense. For example, I told you my story from NYC. I went to now the 30,000 naira per month. Then I said I had a problem. When I said that there was a problem, and the problem was my dad, what I was trying to do there was I was building suspense. Now you were interested. What was my dad's say concerning this matter? So you have to bring it in at one point or the other. Bring suspense in. So things like, but there was a problem. Or, however, I did not even know that something like this was happening somewhere. And then you bring it in and then, oh, so this was happening. And then everybody is now like, okay, what's going to happen based on this thing? All right? So, suspense. Like, just think about the portion of your story where you can bring in the suspense, because you have to retain attention from the beginning till the end. So those hooks, those places, they keep the listeners curious, they keep them engaged. Now, when we're going through this thing in the Premium Club, these are the things that I'm going to put you through. That, okay, at this point, I want you to share something that you said here, bring it into this place and introduce it this way. So that's the suspense. It has to come up at one time or the other right there. Now, your story, write this down. If I put it in the chat box, your story is not about you. Write it in the chat box so I'm sure that you get it. This is how I teach them in the Premium Club. But this one now, I mean, we're in the general club. So I mean, the chat. So your story is not about you. Your story is not about you. It's about the listener. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares what you are coming from, what you're doing. It's not about you at all. It's about the listeners. I've seen people write a book because they are turning 40, and then they write and say, 40 things I learned at 40. The book won't sell. Because what's their business with what you learned at 40? They don't care. They don't care. So I've seen people share stories and say, my name is this, and I'm going to be sharing with you so and so and so and so and so. I'm going to be teaching you so and so and so. They don't care. Don't say my name is this and I'm going to be teaching you this. No. Tell them my name is this, or you may not even say your name. Just tell them, you are going to be learning this. You are going to be knowing how to do this. Don't say, I will teach you how to. Say, you are going to learn how to. It's not about you. Avoid I and use more of you. When I told you that you should write, I'm the next billionaire, it was on purpose. Why? Because the story I told you was not about my own financial. You don't care how much money I have because I'm not going to send the money to your bank account. What you care about is how I can help your bank account balance to go up. That's what you care about. I told you that I'm an open book. I'm sharing it openly with you. That's what you care about. So if I share my story and in fact, that's why some people are seen as proud. They have fantastic stories and they are wondering why people are not learning from their stories. People should learn from, whenever I share this, my story, whenever I share this, my experiences, you are supposed to learn from it. They won't learn from it because you are sharing it only for yourself. You are not sharing it as connecting with them. You're not telling them how they can benefit from that, your story. So rather than them actually learning from it like you think they should, they are seeing you as proud. They are seeing you as just bragging. They are not seeing you as sharing your story for their benefits. So your story is not about you at all. If you're writing a story for your business, it's not about you. It's about the customers. It's about the mission that you have for those people. All the people that are in the premium club today, by God's special grace, they are not there because of me. They are there because of themselves, because of what the Biblical Billionaire Club can do for them. Somebody sent me a message, earlier today and said, Biblical Billionaire Club is connecting people and what have you. All the connections, business connections that are happening in the premium club, that is why they are there. Not because they may like me, they may not even like me, but they are there primarily because there are benefits that they can get from it. So, this is light for me. Thanks, coach. Your story is not about you, it's about them. So whenever you share your story, you must always bring them in. There's something that is in my book. Yeah, I told you I was going to show you the book when we had video. This book, honestly, it's very important. I'm not saying it because maybe I need the money or something. By God's special grace, extra 5,000 naira will not do much in my finances. I'm sharing it because even I did not know the value of this book when I first wrote it. I wrote it for that first conference I told you about as a summary of the things that God taught me about finances, just as a summary, so that people who attended the conference would have something to go back home with. Because I know you come for a meeting like that, you are charged up, you have learned, you have things that you say, when I get back home, I'll do it. Then when you get back home, some of your old habits begin to set in again and all that. So I just wanted to summarize the things that God taught me so that they can take it home. But man, I just saw that the book was selling. First batch finished. Second batch, I was wondering what's happening because I was not marketing the book. Like I said, I was not really taking the club seriously. So I was not marketing the book. I'm like, what's happening? And then testimonies started to come in. When the testimonies started coming in, I realized that, man, this thing is gold. Then, particularly when I went to minister in a friend's church, and an 80-year-old woman was there. She bought the book and sent me a message later on and said, Pastor, I've read your book, and now she said, I'm 80 years old. Now I'm going to start a business because now I know what to do to succeed in business. An 80-year-old woman. Then she bought 5 copies for her children. One of her children was on the sick bed. She insisted that her child, her daughter, gets the book and reads it. 5 copies. I had to give her a discount because, she's a pensioner. So that was, at that point, I took the book myself and I started to read it. My children saw me reading the book. I said, Daddy, you know everything in the book. You wrote it. I said, I beg, leave me. This book is blessing lives. Let me also read it. So anyway, in a part of the book, I shared something about tribes, building a tribe and what have you, When you read the book, you understand. Or when you even join the premium club also, you understand better. But one of the major things that is there is, number 1, the mission of that tribe. Number 2, the leader. Is he a charismatic leader? And when we talk about charismatic leader, can they connect with him? Is he someone that they can connect with and like? Is he warm enough And can they rely on him enough for whatever it is that they are relying on him for? So that, and then lastly, what is in it for me as a member of the tribe? So those in the premium club, like I was saying, they are not there. And anybody who is going to buy from you, anybody who is going to become a loyal customer to you, they are not interested in you. They are interested in what is in it for them. They like your vision, and that's fantastic. But that vision has to also be tied to them. What's my business with the vision of whoever? For example, I'm not a politician. I'm not the kind of person who wants to run for office on any day. If somebody comes to me and he tells me that he has a vision to become, the president of Nigeria, I will say, wonderful, congratulations. If he now tells me he wants me to contribute to his campaign, what's in it for me? That's it. What's in it for me? Why should I? So if he can present his story in such a way that it connects with me, then I can contribute to his campaign or handle a part of his campaign. But if his story is not, when Fela Drote was contesting for president, I was interested. Why? Because he presented the story in a fantastic way that made it so that, but aside that, I'm not interested. You understand? So what's in it for them? Pay attention to this. This is very important. So I've seen titles of books that I know nobody is going to be interested in this book. No, it's not going to sell. I've heard, in fact, we've had premium club classes where somebody says, coach, I need, because we have one-on-one classes on Saturdays where you can ask me any question and I will answer you. And the person says, coach, I wrote a book and the book is not selling and what have you. And one thing I will ask, what's the title of the book? When he tells me the title of the book, I know it's not going to sell. First, change the title, because people always judge a book by its title. It doesn't even matter what the content is. If the title does not tell me that there's something in this book for me, people are not going to buy it. All right? So you have to make it about them and not, you have to make it about them and not about you. They should see themselves in your story. You should also reflect them. So one of the reasons I told you, the part where I said I was raised by a single mom and that we were many living inside one room. For anybody who was raised by a single mom or who is a single mom listening to me, immediately you connected. I told you that I had a very poor background and in school I didn't really fit in. Immediately, anybody who is listening to that will connect. Why? Because it reflects them. It reflects them. Okay. So now, okay. So I wrote here that people are selfish, and that's the truth. People are selfish. Let me tell you a story. Maybe this will help drive this home very well. A professor, it was a psychology class, and this is true life. It was a psychology class, and the students were, nervous. It was time for exams, and they were very nervous. So the prof now asked them a question. I said, okay, I can see you guys are nervous about this exam. I will give all of you 95% all through. So every single person will get 95 over 100. But you are going to vote. And everybody must vote unanimously. In other words, if there were 100 in class, we had to have 100 votes saying we want 95%. Now, what do you expect is going to happen? What do you expect is going to happen in this kind of scenario? Put it in the chat box for me. What do you expect is going to happen? He said, all of you, maybe you are 100 in class, or let's just say 50 people in class. I want to give you 95 over 100 free of charge. You don't even have to write the exam. You get 95 over 100. But every single person has to vote and say, yes, we want this, or we agree to it. So what do you think is going to happen? What do you expect is going to happen? I mean, I'm sure naturally everybody will vote and say, yes, we want it, right? I can't seem to see the chat, but that's the chat. Okay? So somebody said I will tell. All right. So everybody would expect, one would expect that everybody is going to vote and say, yes, please give us 95%. Give us 95%. We want the 95%, what's it called? want the 95%. But guess what? 20 people in the class said they don't want it. 20 people in the class said they don't want it. Then he puts up another poll for them to vote. And there were 4 options this time around. Number 1 option, I don't want it because I believe that I can do better. I believe that I can score more than 95%. That's A. Option B, I don't want it. Okay, so option A, I don't want it because I believe I can do better. Option B, I don't want it because I don't want a score that I don't deserve. Option C, I don't want it because, I can't remember option C, then option D was, I don't want it because I don't want someone else who did not work as hard as me to get the same score as me. And all the 20 people that chose that they don't want 95% chose option D. That they don't want it because they don't want someone else that did not work as hard as them to score the same as them. Now, the prof said, I have done this experiment for the past 10 years, and not one class in the last 10 years has ever voted unanimously. There are always some people in the class that say they don't want the 95% because they don't want someone else to get the same score as them when the person did not study as hard as them. And he said, whereas only about 10 of you will get 95% or higher based on statistics. So what does that tell you? That people are ready to even sacrifice their own scores just so that somebody else does not get that score. People are naturally selfish. So when you're sharing your story, you're not sharing it for yourself. You're sharing it for them. They are only interested because of them, not because of you. And if you go and check all Jesus' stories, you will see this thing constant in the stories. It's always because of them, not because of you. The story of Lazarus and the rich man. Go at all his stories, the parable of the sower, it's always about them. It's always about them. It's never about him. It's never about him. There's always something for them to learn. All right, so now people are selfish. Now, let me go, particularly to businesses now. Let me go particularly to businesses. When you're sharing your story as a business story now particularly, when you're sharing your story, make sure that you always have something that people can connect with in that story. So let me give you an example of Paystack. Paystack was recently bought by Stripe. Every time Paystack shared their story, even before Stripe bought them, every time they shared their story, they said, we are the Stripe of Africa. We are like Stripe, but in Africa. Like Stripe, but in Africa. They always kept saying, so everybody outside Nigeria who knew Stripe, the moment they hear Stripe, but in Africa, immediately they get it. They connect with them. And this one is a top secret. I should probably not be sharing it with General Club. I should probably be sharing this with the Premium Club particularly. Top secret. Always put big names, big logos into your story. If it's a business proposal, put a big logo. Logos that are related to that. So these are the kind of people that we will serve. We will serve people like Facebook and all that. Put the Facebook logo. Put those logos. Put them there. It always connects. Now, you're not saying that you've worked with them, but you're saying that those are the kind of people that you can work with. Or those are the platforms that you can use. Just one way or the other, put those big names or big logos. Always put something that people can connect with. People can connect with. People that they know. You know, one of the blessings of having a mentor who knows you, who has decided to mentor you, one of the blessings is that you also have the opportunity to call him your mentor. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. One of the blessings is not just what he will teach you. It's the fact that you can say that Dr. Cosmas Maduka is my mentor. The moment you say Dr. Cosmas Maduka is my mentor, you have attached his brand to your brand, and people are now connecting to you because they have connected with him. I was in Abuja recently, and that was last year. And one of our Biblical Billionaire Club members, Premium Club members, wrote on his business card, member, Biblical Billionaire Premium Club. Wrote it on his business card. Now, why does he have it on his business card? He has it on his business card because he knows the Biblical Billionaire Club has a reputation already. If anybody sees this and sees that I'm a member of the Biblical Billionaire Club, it rubs off on me. An investor was, or one of our members decided to reach out to investors during one of our boot camps that we had 2023. The boot camp we had 2023. So during the boot camp, we work majorly on the mind. So, her mind was already expanded, and all that during that weekend. So she got back to her shop. It's a spa. She got back to her spa. And she had grown bigger than the spa. The place was too small for her. So she called another person that was also at the boot camp and said, let's go out and look for a new place. So they went out and started looking for a new place that same evening. But they didn't find. It's not that easy to find a new place. So by the time she got back to her spa, she now looked around and said, okay, I can expand this place. And she decided to expand the place. But now she didn't have the money to do it, so she needed investors to come in. So she put together a pitch, and what have you, and sent it out to investors. One particular investor reached out to her and came to meet her to have a meeting with her. Now, during the meeting, or maybe just at the towards the beginning of the meeting, the person asked her, who taught you to put together all those documents? Who taught you how to do that? And she said, oh, I'm a member of the Biblical Billionaire Club, and we're taught in the Biblical Billionaire Club. And the person said, oh, you're a member of the Biblical Billionaire Club? All right, because you're a member of the Biblical Billionaire Club, don't worry. We don't have to have this meeting again. I will invest in your business. I would invest in your business. Just by hearing that I'm a member of the Biblical Billionaire Premium Club, I will invest in your business. Now, what happened? The name, Biblical Billionaire Club, the person definitely knows the club, most likely knows me. I don't even know that person is up to date. But the person knows the club, most likely knows me, and just thought, because you mentioned that, it has automatically validated you. So, like I said, this one, is gold. Mention a big company that people already know and link yourself with that company. Link your company with that company. Don't just stand alone. Connect that company. So, like Paystack kept saying, we are the Stripe of Africa. We are like Stripe, but in Africa. We are like Stripe in Nigeria. That connection helped them to grow big time. Before the founder, one of the co-founders knew it, he was right in Stripe for a meeting, and then Stripe bought over, a large chunk of the company. So, very important. Things that they can relate with. Connect it to your company. There were two startups that started at the same time. Two businesses that started. Both of them were into budgeting, budgets, helping people to budget. They were apps, helping people to do their budgets. One of them said their story was that we will help you budget better. And that's the truth. We will help you budget better. The second one, and that one that said we'll help you budget better, got 100 downloads in 1 year. 100 downloads in 1 year. The second one started at the same time. The second one said, we will show you how your bank is secretly stealing from you. And they had 100 million downloads in 1 year. That's mint.com. We will show you how your bank is secretly stealing from you. You see, the exact same thing, but different ways in which they are presented. I'm a business coach. You can add all the Christian billionaire, raising Christian billionaires and what have you, but in all, I'm a business coach. When you hear of the Biblical Billionaire Club, our slogan, our mantra is raising Christian billionaires. With that, people are connected to it just by that. Raising Christian billionaires. Now, for me personally, as Femi Adisa, I always end my message with, I really want you to succeed. These things, I'm probably sharing too much for the general club, to put on YouTube. But you see, these things, like I said, I'm as open as anything. Learn from me, copy me. I give that permission to the Premium Club members, but I'm giving you now. These things, I really want you to succeed. They set me apart. They set me apart. You see many people, they start consulting, business consulting, coaching, maybe it's even fitness coaching or whatever kind of coaching, but they don't have these stories. They don't have these things for their brand that makes it such that whoever encounters them wants to connect with them immediately. And that's usually the difference between them and those that succeed. In fact, that's actually why I chose this particular theme for this. So throughout this month in the Premium Club, I chose this theme, yes, for you to learn in the General Club, but particularly for my Premium Club members. I need them to be better packaged. I need their stories to be better packaged. And if you join the Premium Club after now, I'm telling you, by God's special grace, you will be able to package your story better. You'll be able to package your business story better. You'll be able to package your brand better. And then get many people to be attracted to you and to start buying from you. You get many customers. In fact, your business will change just by these simple things. Simple things. I've seen it transform many people. I've told, okay, just change this. And when they change it, they are giving me testimonies. They are giving me testimonies. All right. So, see, I'm getting into the mood, into the zone for being as open as possible and what have you with. I'm getting there, and I'm trying to tell myself, oh boy, this is all right. So particularly, I want you to join the Premium Club. I want to join the Premium Club, and honestly, my vision, to attain my vision, I need as many people as possible in a Premium Club. The vision is to raise Christian billionaires. That's what's in it for you. But my vision really is for the kingdom of God. It's not even particularly for you. It's for the kingdom of God. But for that to be fulfilled, you have to become very wealthy. You have to become very wealthy. Okay? So now, excuse me. So now, how can you be a part of the Premium Club? Like I said, there are 4 levels of the club. All right? There are 4 levels of the club. There's the General Club, the Premium Club, the Gold Club, and then the Diamond Club. The Diamond Club, who is ready to know how to be a part of the Premium Club? I see that some people are, quite backward on Zoom, on YouTube, right? And yeah. So who is ready to know how to become a member of the Premium Club? Who is ready to know? Are you ready to know how to become a member of the Premium Club? I need to be sure that I have your attention. Okay? I probably need to find out what point we are on. You're ready. Good. Good. Now, yeah, so the Diamond Club is 5 million naira and above per year. Excuse me. The Diamond Club is 5 million naira and above per year. The Gold Club is 2 million naira per year. The Premium Club, if I want you to guess how much it is to be a part of the Premium Club. Guess how much it is to be a part of the Premium Club. Anybody, guess. Go ahead and guess. Guess how much Premium Club membership costs. Guess how much Premium Club membership costs. Diamond is 5 million a year. Gold is 2 million a year. How much is Premium Club? Guess. Okay? Let me see your guesses. 500K, 500K, 500K. Okay, good guess. 350K, 500K for 500K. Okay, 35K, 50K, 38, 100K, 100K, 500. Okay. 1 million naira, 50K. Yeah, 750K. The Gold Club membership is only 48,000 naira a year. 48,000 naira per year. I mean, the Premium Club, sorry. Don't quote me. The Premium Club membership, Gold Club is 2 million naira a year. Premium Club membership is only 48,000 naira a year. 48,000 naira a year. And that is actually 4,800 naira per month. But you're not allowed to pay for 1 month. You're not allowed to pay for 1 month. The least that you can pay for is 3 months. 3 months. Because the transformation is not likely to happen in less than 3 months. In actual fact, you need more than 3 months, but then that's just the least. Wow, yes, that's it. That's it, yes. Yes. So, excuse me for a minute. So, Gold Club membership is, Premium Club membership is, I think I need more Gold Club members. You know, fun fact, the people who have become billionaires in the Biblical Billionaire Club are members of the Gold Club, and some of them have joined the Premium Club. Some of them have joined the Diamond Club, rather. So they joined the Gold Club, they hit billionaire status, then they now move to the Diamond Club. Those are the people. Now, this is the 48,000 naira for 1 year, not 3 months. All right, Threshold Media. 38,000 naira for 1 year. For 1 year. It's unbelievable. So the link is right there. The link is right there in the chat box. I'm pinning it right now. I'm pinning it right now. So that's the link. Go ahead, click that link, join the Premium Club. Once you join, show it to us. You know, tell us right here, say I'm in the Premium Club. I'm in the Premium Club. This month is actually going to be very exciting. Very exciting because, see, last month, for the last 2 months, we've been teaching on AI. And I taught them how to build AI agents and how to scrape all the information from the internet, you know, for your potential customers, their email addresses, their phone numbers, and all that. All your potential, whoever you want to sell to, scrape their information and get it. We are going to have a guest with us, a guest facilitator with us. He's not Nigerian, he's Australian. He's an expert with voice AI agents. In other words, this is an AI agent that can call your prospects for you, book appointments for you, sign business deals for you. Now, if you prefer to do a transfer, we will send you our account details. Note, you will never find our account details. Note, you will never find our account details anywhere publicly. So you won't find our account details on our YouTube, on Instagram, or anything. If you see our account details, know that that's a scammer. If you see our account details, know that that's a scammer. You will not find our account details anywhere in public. Only the phone number that you know with us that has been sending you messages will send you our account details. All right? Only that number will send you our account details, and then you can now use that. So it's 48,000 naira. I also want to encourage you to get this book. This book is 5,000 naira only. I'll send you the link and how you can also get this book on WhatsApp. Now, one other thing. We had a strategy meeting this year. April was a major section of the things that we discussed in that strategy meeting. And now April is practically gone. I want to encourage you to ensure that you buy the recording of that strategy meeting. I will send that to you also, the recording of that strategy meeting, so that, because the things that were mentioned are already happening. They are already happening. And it will help you to align yourself. You see, the moment you join the Premium Club, you have gotten on a vehicle to move forward. But you see, one thing about that vehicle is that some other things have been added to the people that were on that vehicle before. So you need to catch up with them in order to continue to move forward. And that's why I'm telling you that you should get the recording of the strategy meeting that we had in December. The recording is only 20,000 naira. All our programs in the Biblical Billionaire Club are very inexpensive. I mean, even the Diamond Club, which is the most expensive program that we have, Diamond Club is not just 5 million, it's 5 million and above. But even that is way cheaper. I've had friends actually sit me down and talk to me about my prices. But, you know, we have a vision and we're set on that vision. Yeah, it's in Naira. It's in Naira. But once you click that link, it would give you the value in your currency. It will give you the value in your currency. So I need you to click the link and join the premium club right now. I want to see you. All right. Someone like maybe Emil, I want to see you, you know, put it in the chat box and say, I'm in the premium club already. I'm in the premium club. So that's recording the strategy meeting. Then all our conference recordings from the beginning, all our conference recordings, you know, from the very first conference we had in 2022 to 2023 conference, and then to last year's conference, 2024 conference, everything is available for only 100,000 naira. Last year's conference is 50,000 naira. 2023 is 30,000. 2022 is 20,000 naira. You can buy one or all of them. It's available to you. Okay, so this is magnanimous. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. My pleasure, Billionaire Praise. So go ahead. Yes, the information for registration will be sent to you on WhatsApp immediately after this. Immediately after this webinar is over, at 10 p.m. exactly, the information for registration will be sent to you on WhatsApp. All right. So now let me have two of our Premium Club members actually share their story with you. So I would need you, if you want to share your story, if you want to share your testimonies, I think Billionaire Ayo, and so if you're sharing your testimony, kindly raise your hand in the Premium Club so that I can see you easily in the Zoom. So those who are sharing, those who are going to share their testimonies, kindly raise your hand so that I can see you easily. Okay? All right. Billionaire Ademola. Oh, all right. Okay, Billionaire Ayo, please. Yes. Good evening. Loud and clear.
Oh, fantastic. My name is Ayo Adeosi. And I want to share my testimony, my experience in the Biblical Billionaire Club. So mine is a series of testimonies, and it's not going to take 3 minutes because I've written everything down. Number one, my very first class in BBC, my activating what was taught in that class helped me to pay off my debt of over 100,000 US dollars. And it also made me a multimillionaire. My very first class. Now, another testimony. In the Q&A sessions that we usually have on Saturdays, the answers coach gives to other people's questions are what I take home. I activate them and use to grow my own business. These are not, it's not me asking the questions, it's other people, but I activate whatever he says. I got clarity about a certain project God wanted me to do in my industry in Africa from one of those Q&A sessions. I'm in the cake and bakery industry. As a result of activating answers that he gives, in 3 African nations in less than a year of my joining the BBC. Wow. The fame of God is spreading across my industry in Africa, and I am getting blessed too just by being in the Biblical Billionaire Club. Another one, through coaches, guardians in the paid one-on-one strategy session, I've had 2 with him. I started a product business aside from my consulting and coaching practice ahead of time, just by his guardians. You watch out for my deep dab cookies across Africa. A lot of BBC members know that. They know about the product and have tasted it. Another one, I've also used the services of co-BBC members. So you see, the Biblical Billionaire Club were advised to, patronize each other. And I have used the services of some other members. I am always blown away by the level of expertise and delivery. Because, you must not fall coach's hand. So everybody is best behavior and doing their best in their businesses. So every time I use the services of BBC members, is always top notch. There are even other members who have helped me to sort out different things in my business without taking a dime from me. Oh, I come to the and say, oh, please, I need this service and I need this help. And this happens a lot of time, not just to me, but to other members as well. So if you want to ask me, is it worth joining BBC Premium Club? I tell you, 100 over 100 minus nothing. You need to join the Premium Club. Don't hesitate. Once you get the link tonight, just key in, because there is a lot to benefit. My life, my business is an example. Thank you, everyone.
Billionaire Ayo has shared some of our testimonies with me before. So that's how we are in the Premium Club by God's special grace. So I mean, $100,000 debt cleared from the first class, from the very first class. Now in the Premium Club, we usually have 2 classes every week. One on Thursday, which is usually a lecture. Then on Saturdays, we have the one-on-ones. The one-on-ones is when you ask questions, whatever is happening in your business right now, you ask questions. My private one-on-one session is 100. You are in the Premium Club. Very good, Billionaire Shenwa. I see you. Very good. My private one-on-one session is $100 per hour. But I understand that not everybody may even be able to afford the private one-on-one sessions. So I designed for all Premium Club members to take 1 hour every week to ask me their own questions. And you heard what she said, that the answers given to other people, she activates it, and then it has helped her. Now she has done physical conferences in several countries. I saw the one that you did in Ghana, I think, recently, and I saw the hall was full. I was so proud. I was so proud. She also has started a business, which is the cookies business. During that strategy meeting I told you about in December, she brought the cookies for us. And guess what? She took, I think, 10% of the real amount of it. That was the amount that she agreed to for us to pay. Just 10% of the amount, I believe, I think, if not 100%, that was actually free. And gave it to us. Everybody, we ate it. It was a fantastic one. And what have you. And then she mentioned something. Yes, you can pay in seller, please, Billionaire Adeola. Yes, you can pay in seller. You snooze, you lose. Join, hurry up. I like that, Billionaire Samuel. I like that. I can see that the Biblical Billionaire Club logo is your, is it DP now? Or was your profile picture on Billionaire Samuel? So that's fantastic. Yeah, so in the Biblical Billionaire Premium Club, we are a community of people that are supporting each other to grow. So we always do business with each other. We do business with Christians. We need to come together and actually form a force. Let's not stay alone doing business alone. When you join the Premium Club, you are joining a community of like-minded people, Christians that are also growing in their businesses, Christians that are also willing to support you, patronize you, and help you to also grow. And you see that she even said some people have even given her their services free of charge. That's the spirit in the Premium Club. And I just bless God. Honestly, I bless God. This vision is truly not my vision. Truly not my vision. Because when I started the Premium Club, at first we were small, at the beginning. And I liked it like that. I didn't want anything to corrupt it. And if those of us who are old, people like Billionaire Ivy, Billionaire Dothrop, who are old in the Premium Club, who were there from the onset, when we were going to grow, when God was telling us that we needed to step out and grow, I had a meeting and I said that I was afraid of the growth because I did not want anything to come and spoil what we had already started. We have grown more than 10 times, way more than maybe 20 times, what we were at that time. And up till now, that spirit is still there. That culture is still there. That community is still there. Honestly, just like Billionaire Samuel said, you snooze, you lose. You should join the Premium Club. You should join. If I was not the coach of the Premium Club, I won't even hesitate at all. You should join the Premium Club. All right, let's hear from Billionaire Faith. Billionaire Faith. Thank you so much, Billionaire Ayo, for that testimony, for sharing your experience. So enlightening. Billionaire Faith, please, yes, go ahead.
Hi, good evening. I hope you can hear me. Good evening. Yes, good evening, billionaires. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, coach. Okay, so I would try as much as I can to be brief. I want to bless the name of the Lord for this platform. Let me start with that. I want to thank God for our coach. Now, I think I will just highlight 2 or 3 points. What something happened to me when I joined this club. Um, few I think 1 month or 2 months into the club. I'm less than a year in this club. 1 month or 2 months, something was happening to me. I saw growth, like it was everything was happening fast. Let me start with that. I remember vividly when I just started, like some of us here that will be joining tonight. I remember vividly that this webinar and the some of the billionaires were talking to us. So in fact, the story of how I joined is another story for another day. I just knew it was God bringing me into this platform, and I later, in fact, I started apologizing to God for making it, as in I delayed it because I saw that and I just knew in my spirit, and I know it is the case for some of us here now. The Lord is prompting your heart to be a part of this, be a part of it. I started apologizing to God for delaying it because I was, in fact, I almost cried. Do you mean this is what I'm missing? The platform. You know how our coach from the depth of his heart, the the community, the teachings. Which one will I say? Which one will I leave? And then I was seeing drastic growth. So something happened. I joined the subgroup for marketing. And then we were doing digital marketing. And do you know that through that platform, I launched my online course, something I know nothing about. This is an idea that has been there, but I don't know how to do it. Because when I joined this BBC platform, I launched my course through the subgroup. We had a course. So it is a community. When I say community, it's not just community for mouth, it is broad. Like you enter and you have seen other doors opening up. You know, the billionaire Ayo mentioned other apart from the teachings you'll be getting, the community itself, the people that make up the community, like it's like you enter one door and you're seeing many other doors opening up. When I talk about the business deals I've gotten in this place, I'm telling you, will I talk about the amazing people I've met? Now that is about that. Apart from the online course, let me also highlight uh, our business, how this has affected our business. So we you know when you are seeing your company or business going down. But it was after, coach has mentioned the conference. After the conference we had in October, I came back determined to put in action that which I've learned. And I was telling us when we were having our one-on-one last Saturday, I saw, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Even this night we were talking about, you can imagine in 1 month you're making profit of over 2 million naira. Over, I mean over. So I we saw the drastic change. Our coach, even one of the time, and the passion, one of the time he told us on the platform of what God told him in his devotion, that for our need to market. Like the push, oh, I needed it so much. Some of you are here, all you need is that push. Why not just start now? Don't postpone, because you would be the problem is when you join, you start beating yourself, why didn't I join since? That was my own case. So we saw the change, we started doing marketing, and everything you need is here. Let me just put it that way. Apart from that, what about coach book? Let me highlight that one, Biko. Hey God. The book is a must have. You cannot be a billionaire, I don't have that book, or intend to be a billionaire. Yes, this book, I will be reading it and I will be screaming. I will be shouting, oh my God. So do you know that after you answered that question you answered for us last week, my husband was present. He had to attest, like we were just screaming like the wisdom. I'm not saying this because of you. I'm just thanking God for you for answering this call. You can imagine a situation where you have the privilege to bring your if we were to really pay for the, because I call it coaching session one on one every single Saturday, except some instances, but almost every single Saturday, and then we'll come together and you have the opportunity to table your matter, and oh no, where will you see it? Thank you so much, sir. And I want to encourage everyone here. If you are yet to, if you are yet to, you are mean. I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know what you're waiting for. Don't know what you're waiting for. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for everything you do for the. Thank you. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. I mean, what more needs to be said? I mean, what else? What else? What else needs to be said for you to be a part of it? And honestly, so these people, like my reaction to billionaire Ayo's testimony. She has had 2 private one-on-ones with me. Like I said, you can book a private one-on-one session. She has had 2 private one-on-ones with me, and what have you. But even those testimonies, I've not even heard that much. You understand? So many of these things, Billionaire Faith actually shared some of these things in our one-on-one on Saturday. Join the Premium Club. Honestly, it's not something that you should be thinking so much about. I saw some questions here. Can we get the tape? Yeah, so this is being recorded. Tape, I mean, that Gen Zs don't understand what tape means. So this is actually it's going to remain on YouTube. That's this video, this webinar is going to remain on YouTube for the next 7 days. We're going to keep it for 7 days. After 7 days, we'll bring it down. So it's going to remain here for the next 7 days. No account details. Yes, we have our account details, but we're not going to share our account details here. We have sent it to you on WhatsApp. So you just connect you will get it by 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Exactly, you will get our account details sent to you on WhatsApp. So if you prefer to pay via transfer, you can pay with the account details that will be sent to you on WhatsApp from our, okay? Then immediately after this webinar is over, all these links, I will put them in the YouTube description. However, so that's if you are watching now and you are not connected with us on WhatsApp, you're not in the Biblical Billionaire General Club, then you will get the link there to join the General Club in the description, and then you can join the General Club and you will get the account details from us. We're sending that to all General Club members, but this class has to be over first. All right, so any other question? I want to pay for 3 months. Yes, you can pay for 3 months. It's 14,400 naira for 3 months, 28,800 naira for 6 months, and 48,000 naira for 1 year. I want to advise you, if you can afford to pay for 1 year, pay for 1 year. You know why? The transformation is not something that you can't just say 2 months or 3 months. Only pay for 3 months or 6 months if you can't afford it. In fact, that is why we made those provisions, 3 months, 6 months, for people that cannot afford it for 1 year. But ordinarily, you need that 1 year. You need to be soaked in it. You see, one major thing that needs to change is mindset. And that mindset, it changes as you are relating with the community, as you are in classes, as you are hearing other people's testimonies, as you are seeing other people growing and all that, that mindset begins to grow in you. You see yourself doing bigger and greater things because you have been transformed. Even you don't even know how the transformation happened. You know, there was one of us, this was 2 or 3 years ago, I think, who said she just joined the biblical, this early days, she just joined the Biblical Billionaire Premium Club just for joining sake, you know, just at least just be a part of it and hear what they are saying. She did not know that, because she said if somebody ever told her that she would do business, she would laugh at the person, even if the person was a prophet, because she was a career person all through. She did not know that just by being in the club, she had built the entrepreneurial spirit. And so one day, somebody just said something in her office, and immediately she just picked, this is a business idea, started running with the business. In a short while, started getting large orders, running with the business. Recently, I saw on social media that she has also written a book. You know, the entrepreneurial spirit was built just by being in the premium club for that period of time. That's why I'm telling you that if you can afford 1 year, please ensure that you pay for 1 year. But you have the opportunity, if you can't afford it, you can pay for 3 months or for 6 months, and it's absolutely fine. Everybody, whether you paid for 3 months, whether you're paying for 3 months, 3 months, or for 6 months, you are in the same community, you are learning the same thing, you are getting the same thing. I'm just saying that 1 year is a better position to be in. Thanks for sharing your experience, madam. Yeah, I think that's for Billionaire Ayo. What if you're a struggling business? This is particularly for those that are struggling businesses. This is particularly for you. Yes, if you're doing well in business already, you need to grow, yes. But if you're struggling in business, then it means that there are definitely some things that you don't know that you need to know. There are some things that you need to start putting in place for your business to grow. So you should be a part of the premium club. You should be a part of the premium club. You see, people have, if you're struggling in your spiritual life, the next thing you're thinking is, what church can I attend? Which pastor can feed me spiritually and get me up there? So people have a spiritual leader, spiritual coach that helps them to do well in their spiritual lives. How about your finances? Are your finances not important enough for you to have a coach? You need a coach for your finances also. You need a coach that can teach you, get you to know the things that you need to grow in your finances. So just as you have your pastor for your spiritual, you need a business coach also for your finances. Very important. I was thinking about it some time ago, how just because somebody has one of the people in the Diamond Club who was in the Gold Club before, but hit billionaire status, joined the Diamond Club. One of them, I was thinking about that person's journey. And when I met the person and where the person is now, the decisions that the person would have made that would have put them in trouble or set them back, how I said, no, let's not do that. Let's do this instead. And then the person is growing in business. And some other members of the Gold Club even now that wanted to maybe invest in something, do this, and I said, no, let's not do that. It's important that you have a business coach. Very, very important. If your finances are important to you, if you want to be wealthy, it's important that you have it. Just like if you want to thrive in your spiritual life, you want to go to heaven, it's important you have a pastor also. Yes, you should pay in seller. What if you can't register tonight? Yes, this is going to be open till, just a minute. The entry into the premium club will close. Entry into the premium club will close on the 7th of May. 8th of May is the class. So entry into the premium club will close on the 7th of May. Entry into the premium club will close on the 7th of May. So you have from now till the 7th to, pay the subscription and get into the premium club. Okay? I would love to join. I'm financially buoyant now. Okay, Billionaire Miriam, I pray that, you are able to, make it up as soon as possible. What if you do not have a business or a business idea? Yes, if you don't have a business or a business idea, let's discuss it and generate one and get one for you. Many people, like I just shared the story of somebody who did not even think she could do business and then, started doing business. Many people also started without having a business. If you want to move forward in your finances, You don't have a business yet, or you don't have a business idea, and you want to have a business or a business idea, join the premium club. It is for you. It's for you. Okay? That's more than my 1 month salary. I hope I didn't miss any. Okay, does anybody have any question? You can just put your question in the chat box in case I missed your question. Must we pay the 48K at once? I think I've explained that already. Someone should sponsor you. No. Billionaire Dixon, let me say this. I was going to just cross that. If you're going to really have the billionaire mindset, you should not be looking for someone to sponsor you. You should be looking for, what can I do to make 48,000 or 14,400 naira in order to be a part of this? You should be thinking, what can I do? How can I, how can I make this money? These are part of the things that I'm saying. The mindset will change. How can I make this money? What can I do to make this money to be a part of it? I don't want to say this, but let me just say it. If you can't afford it, and you come to my DM, for example, and you say, Coach, I can't afford this, but I can do this and this for you. You have looked at my, maybe my brand, and you have seen that, okay, I think I can do this. I think I can do that. I can do this. Can I do this? And in return, you can give me 3 months subscription. That's a better way, all right, to do things rather than asking for someone to sponsor you. Billionaires don't ask for handouts. I'm so happy. I'm also learning. I'll share my testimonies with Coach later. Oh, great, Billionaire Confidence. You told us in the Premium Club, the least way of making money is exchanging your time for money. Very true. Omo, this is a very inspiring testimony. God should bless me financially. I'm in the Premium Club. Hey, Billionaire Adiola, you're very welcome. You're welcome. Medfax, I'm a proud member. Patronize me for solar. I wish to tell my story one day here by God's special grace. Just be a part of the Premium Club. The growth by God's grace will happen. Why can't we download the ebook after paying on seller? Hey, Billionaire Adiola, you want to download my book? You want pirates, Alaba boys, and Orile boys also to be able to have access to download the book so that they can print it. No, you can't download it. You can read it. It's a book reading platform. You can read it on Seller, just like Amazon Kindle also. You can read it on Kindle. That's a book by itself. That's why it's an e-book. You can't download it. If people are given access to download it, they have also been automatically been given the access to print it. And that's where piracy, emanates. I just registered. Yes, Billionaire Gaga, you're welcome. We're going to have your induction. I'll announce the date for induction very soon. Can we join the class and pay for one-on-one before mid-May? Yes, 7th. Yes, you can. For my private one-on-one sessions, of course, you can pay anytime. That one is always open. Do you pay before joining the Premium Club? If yes, where is the account? The account detail, the link to join Billionaire Modipe, the link to join is already pinned to the top of the chat box. If you need the account details, we'll send that to you on WhatsApp. In fact, I believe that you have already gotten it. So check WhatsApp now to get the account details. Thanks for sharing. That's motivational. Yeah, I believe that's for one of the testimonies. Please, what if I don't have a business? I think I've answered that already. Will there be opportunity to pay next month? I can't promise, but hopefully. Thank you for allowing us to pay in piecemeal. You're welcome, Billionaire Gideon. Please, when I click on the link, it was blank. I can't see anything. That's probably your network. That's probably your network because other people have joined the Premium Club already. So, Billionaire Modipe, kindly try again. Can we pay at month end? Yes, you can pay at the end of this month. This month is practically over anyways. What time on Saturdays? Our classes are usually at 8 p.m. All our classes are usually at 8 p.m. Thank you so much for this session, sir. I have a question. Are there pre-recorded? Yes, we have pre-recorded videos. Yes, very good question, Billionaire Oluronke. Yes, we have pre-recorded videos of all our previous Premium Club classes. I have stopped making the ones for the last 2 years available, but from January till date is available, but not yet available publicly because of that special class that we're going to have on the 15th of May. it's part of the AI class. So because of that class, which we have a special guest, Jonas come to teach us. Because of that class, our AI agency, training is not even complete yet because of that class. Now, we're also doing something. Let me announce this here. But it's only for Premium Club members. We're doing a challenge. We're doing a competition, a challenge, where you create an AI agent that makes money. Create an AI agent that, for business. And whoever creates the most effective AI agent, when we say effective in generating income, the most effective AI agent is going to get a prize. The prize available for that challenge is $1,000. Now, whether it's going to be a winner takes all or it's going to be winner first and second prize thing, I will decide on that later. But then $1,000 is up for grabs for that. So be a part of the Premium Club. Attend the class. You can watch the recording of the agents, creating AI agents, how to create AI agents, and you can also, you can also win that. All right. I figured out why. Hence my asking for the physical copy. Yeah, so you can buy the physical copy if you prefer that. Thank you, sir, for sharing. My pleasure. When someone likes dependent on someone, it's very difficult for them to excel. I'll join the club soon, all right? This was impactful. How can I get the hard copy of the book? We will send the link to you on WhatsApp. You may have gotten it already on your WhatsApp by now. I can't wait for that induction day. My blood, they hot. Yes, so Billionaire Samuel. When is the deadline for payment? May 7. God really sent you. All other coaches are charging millions for people that cannot buy food. Glory to God. I won't blame now anybody who is charging millions, because to be honest, it's worth a lot. It's worth a lot. They are not charging. I have a friend who charges about $15,000. My mentor in the business coaching space, Dr. Nia Desonya, also charges some tens of thousands of dollars. So they are not overcharging. It's actually very valuable. And if the people, because I know that there's one trending right now, and he's a friend of mine too. So if the people who are paying for it, then trust me, they are getting the value for it. So I'm not attacking or saying someone should not be charging as much as they are charging. If that's the value to them and that's the value to those who are paying for it, that's absolutely fine. You understand? But like you said, God sent me. It's more than money for me. It's a vision by God's grace that I'm going to see fulfilled. That Christians will also rise to become the captains of their industries. Christians will rise to become billionaires. I am going to see that vision fulfilled by God's special grace. So that's why the price is low. You understand? So can one join now and make payment later? Billionaire Margaret, you want to join now? It's like you want to go and buy food. Can I eat your food and make payment later in May? So Billionaire Margaret, I'm sorry. You join when you are able to. You can always join. All right, you can always join when you're able to. I'm glad I'm a part of this club. Yes, you're very welcome, Billionaire Kate. You're welcome to the club. Thank God I'm part of this. Yes, Billionaire Kate, you're very welcome. As a mechanic, writing is not that much of our job except writing a job card. Hope there is a business idea for people like me. You're a mechanic already. And being a mechanic is so there are when I say business ideas, business strategies. But starting a new business when you're already a mechanic, and please don't look down on that. You see, you can be a mechanic and become a billionaire in that space. All right. So what you just need is the strategies to grow in that space. You understand? One of our guest speakers at the conference last year is a lady mechanic. My very good friend. Her name is Adetola. She's a lady mechanic. You understand? She owns a mechanic workshop. Of course, she's not the one who does the mechanic, but she owns a mechanic workshop. You understand? And she's a billionaire. You understand? So don't go. When you join the Premium Club, in any case, Billionaire Lawal will talk a lot more. When you join the Premium Club, we'll talk a lot more. Don't despise the business that you already have. Thank you so much, Femi. We went to the same alma mater. Oh, fantastic. What's the name? Yomi. Went to the same alma mater. I wonder if we're in the same set. I was in the first set. If you went to Redeemers University, I was in the very first set. That's 2004, 2005. I'll be joining the Premium Club before this week is over. Fantastic. Great. I believe he said the answer to money issue is to start thinking now, what can I do to get the fund? I figured out why it's not downloading money, so why I asked for it. Okay, all right. I think I've responded to that already. Thanks so much for the session. Glad to be here, Coach Femi Adisa. All right. Okay, all right. I believe I've answered every question. How much is the book? The book is 5,000 naira. I believe I've answered every question, and I believe it's been a good time. My one-on-one session is $100 an hour. $100 an hour. That's about 160,000 naira per hour. Is there room for investing into already big? Of course, please come in. Come on in. So if you are looking for businesses to invest in, Billionaire Praise David, if you're looking for businesses to invest in, we have many business people. Just come in, understudy people, because investing in business is not just about the business idea, but about the people also, the person who is, who is in charge of that business. So you can just come in, just understudy people, and then you can pick out and say, okay, I would like to invest in this person's business. Absolutely. Premium Club, in fact, I want that for members of the Premium Club. I want that. So please, by all means. As a pastor, can you suggest a business that can do to make money? I'm very careful advising pastors, but this platform is, I can't answer this here. I can only answer this in our one-on-one sessions in the Premium Club. So I can answer you, Billionaire Miracle, in the Premium Club. I can answer you, even though I'm very careful advising pastors, because your boss is someone I don't want to. So, I mean, God is your boss. And when God is your boss, I don't want to now be the one telling you to do something that is distracting you from what he's asking you to do. So I'm always very careful, but of course, I still give advice very carefully. But we can talk about that in one-on-one session in the Premium Club. Thanks for the measurement, sir. I will join the club, okay? Pastor, thank you. I'm a teacher by profession, so how can I make money? Like I said, join the Premium Club. I can't answer these questions here. Hope there are business strategies for an educator like me. Of course, by God's special grace. There are plenty. I just need to be on the right track. 18-year-old, I am looking for you. I'm looking for teenagers, particularly from 16 years and above. I'm looking for teenagers because for you, it's easier to imbibe this billionaire mindset in you. For many people who are already in their 40s or even 30s and what have you, not all of them, but for many of them, they already have perceptions about making money, and so they have to first break that before they now move on. But for teenagers, you are absolutely welcome. You are absolutely welcome. Please, 18-year-olds, join. If you are not a teenager and you have a child who is a teenager, please pay for them to join so that from now on, you see, school is very good. School is not a scam, as people say. School is very good. But let's be honest. The school trains on certain other things, trains on social skills, trains on authority and what have you. But school does not really train on money making. So aside the BSc that a child has, the child also has to understand how money works, how to make money, how to generate income, how to manage money. And schools don't teach that, especially sciences. You see, it's good to be in the sciences, but doctors, those in the sciences, you absolutely need to join the Premium Club because you know almost nothing about making money. And I say that respectfully. But in the sciences, you're taught many things that are not related to making money. So you absolutely need to join. Yes, age is not a determinant. All right, so my kids are 16 and 18. Go ahead, use that, what's it called? Seller link. So once you have paid on Seller, my team would see it and then they will contact you to join the Premium Club. Or you can also send your receipt to us on WhatsApp and we will gladly add you to the Premium Club. Okay. All right. So Wow, it's been a beautiful class. Now let's have a member of the Premium Club say the closing prayer for us. All right, so let's have a member of the Premium Club say the closing prayer for us. Can we have, so for the sake of those that are, not Nigerians, I'm looking for a non-Nigerian to say the closing prayer for us. Okay, let's have billionaire Nana Badu, kindly say the closing prayer. Are you there, billionaire Badu? Billionaire Nana, are you there? I guess not. Maybe that's a network issue. Billionaire Nana, are you there? All right, let's have. Can we have billionaire 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗟𝗦𝗡? Billionaire 𝗠𝗜𝗟𝗡, kindly say the closing prayer.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me, please. Wow, this has been a wonderful session. I mean, I have so many testimonies. Of course, I didn't plan to share tonight, but so many things have happened to me being a member of the BBC. And of course, during brand is coming alive soon. So thank you so much, everyone that has joined today. And I know you have received a lot, and we are looking forward to you being a part of us at the Premium Club and doing great and exciting things in world, impacting lives, and being just who God wants you to be. So let's pray. Father, in the name of the Lord Jesus, we thank you for all that we have learned tonight. Thank you for the strategies. Thank you for what we have learned about our stories. Yes, we're going to put all the work in our lives and in our businesses in the name of the Lord Jesus. I thank you for everyone who has joined tonight. They're going to be crafting amazing stories that will bring wonderful transformations to themselves and to their audiences in the name of the Lord Jesus. Thank you, O God. For testimonies will continue to abound, and BBC is growing far and wide. And as more people join, we are changing the world as Christians, billionaires. Thank you so much, Father, for all that you have made us receive today. In Jesus' name I prayed. Amen. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much, Coach Femi. I'm very grateful.
Thank you very much. All right. God bless you. Right now, we have already sent you the links, relevant links, and account details to join the Premium Club. God bless you. I really want you to succeed.